Hey everybody, let me make sure I've got my volume on, make sure everything's there. We'll find out. I do not have my spare phone with me again. I don't think I have my tablet here either. I think it's at the house. Okay, we are here for our Halloween pool. It's all exciting. We are going to do the Fairy Tale Oracle again. And this is going to be done the same way that the last one I did. Where I'm going to pull the card, I'm going to read the book, and then I'm going to give you the message from it. So yeah, I'm waiting to see if this pulls up on my computer so I can make sure you guys can hear me. Let me see. Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me. All right, so we are going to be doing... That would have been bad in about 2 seconds. We're going to be doing Bridget, Luann, Audie, and then Denise. Those are the way that it's going to go. So we're going to start with Bridget. Oh, let me tag people. See if I can get people on. Bridget, Audie, Preston's Charm, Luann, Denise, Audie. Okay. Okay. And away we go. And I don't know if I can. Oops. And I don't know. Okay. Let me see if I can see the comments there. Because they don't normally show up on my phone. Okay. Here we go. Bridget. Housekeeping. Housekeeping. So this is, we're going to, I turn right to that. So this is, remember, so if it has a circle there, it's a task. If it's a square, it's a place. If it's an octagon, it's a guide. And if it's a diamond, it's a tool. So, and we have yet to get I don't think I've ever had an octagon or a diamond. So let's see what we get. All right, Bridget. One of the major occupations of the average fairy tale heroine is housekeeping. In many stories, lost, neglected, or dispossessed girls, dispossessed girls, are required to take care of menial tasks in the house of the castle. In some tales, housekeeping might be the task set for a younger woman by an older one, in return for wisdom, shelter, or some other necessary gift. This focus on domestic matters might seem on the surface to be reinforcing outdated gender roles and expectations. But it's important to remember that fairy tales are symbolic. And so what such tasks are suggesting is that the ability to keep your house in order is a critical skill. That is true. Not just in your everyday physical surroundings, but in your life. We all need to be able to make a clean sweep of things when necessary. We all need to undertake a little tidying up to mitigate the chaos of existence. And Bridget, I'm feeling like this message for you concerns like housekeeping people. Things and people, right? People that may not have your best interest at heart, but they pretend like they do, but they may not. So you really need to focus and look at your housekeeping. And trust me when I say to you, I'm having to do the same thing right now. Housekeeping and the ability to maintain order aren't the only accomplishments that are worth cultivating for a fairy tale heroine. More fluid ways of being in the world are important too, of course. But in the ever-shifting seasons of our lives, we also need to pay attention to such a grounded and grounding daily practice. What do you need to sweep away or put in order in your own life? What do you need to sweep away or put in order in your own life? Housekeeping. And Bridget, when I say to you, I'm in the process of doing that right now, I'm in the process of doing that right now. It's in the process of people. So, yeah. You know, sometimes it just is what it is. Sometimes it just is what it is. Okay. Luann, you're next. I gotta remember to download these. I may have missed one, but we'll see. Okay. Luen, kiss. Oh, look at that. You got a diamond. This is a card that's never been pulled before, so let's see what this is. So this is a, I know I just said it, but I can't remember it, so we're going to do it again. Tool. So this is a tool. In some versions of the Sleeping Beauty, the enchanted princess is awoken from her 100-year-long sleep by kiss. Let me read that again. In some versions of the Sleeping Beauty, the enchanted princess is awoken from her 100-year-long sleep by a kiss. A kiss, then, is a tool of awakening. It lifts us out of our stagnant everyday and launches us into a new, strange world that's brimming with possibility. An awakening, though, is more than just rousing from sleep, the interruption of a dream. An awakening is the moment when we first begin to understand something or to feel something. It's the process of that something slowly emerging into our awareness, then expanding and intensifying, causing us to see the world in a different way. Such an awakening can be the most significant moment of our life, changing our perspective on the world and our place in it. So what dream are you awakening from, and into what new world are you emerging? So the question for you is, the dream that you were having, what is the new world that you're emerging into? How can you change that? How can you fix it? How can you move forward in it? How can you make it more of your reality than what you had in the past? And I feel like being positive and trusting of the universe is going to help you with that. Like this, I don't know, because I haven't talked to you in a while, but I don't know if you're like still in a transition or for job or whatever, but I feel like you need to like let it go and move forward and trust that it's going to work out. Audie, you've got cards thrown everywhere here. We'll find out which one is yours here in a minute. Weird. All the other ones had none, and you just had like 5 pull out all at once. So let me see. Okay, that one is a no. That one. I've got, Audie, I'm getting 2 cards that both apply to you. So I'm being told to look at them and just decide which one is talking to me more. So we're going to go with that one. All right, 10. And then I'm actually going to use this one. I'm going to do the collective card first, and we'll use that one for the collective. All right. And then I'll go back to Denise. All right, Fairy Hill. The fairy hill is a hollow hill, and fairies live inside it. It's a gateway, then, to the other world. The fairy hill and its environs are places where the heroine might be seduced by the fairies, by their wistful, beguiling music, their rich food and sparkling drink, and by the beauty of their dance. It's a place that's out of time and which seems to be free of the cares of the world. But it's important to remember that the fairies can curse you as well as grant you good fortune. The country of the fairies is a perilous one, and the fairies themselves are unpredictable. Even though the path that the heroine is on is difficult and dark, she must resist the temptation to step off of it. Temptations are among the greatest tests she'll face on her journey. She'll encounter situations or people who will try to seduce her away from her true path and prevent her from completing the journey. Although it's hard to refuse the delicious fairy food, to resist the invitation to dance, carefree for a while, it is necessary always to just smile and walk on. So what temptations are you facing that might lead you astray? So, Audie, if you are, I feel like you've got a dilemma. I hear a dilemma that you're working on and you're trying to decide what you should do. And I feel like the path that you're on is the one you need to stay on. Don't veer from that path. It says, what temptations are you facing that might lead you astray and which seem to offer an easy way out of the issues you're facing in your life? So stay on your path. Don't veer off that path. That other path is not the best for you. Okay, then I'm going to do the collective card, which is spinning, which is circle 12. And then we'll go back to Denise. So here's the card for the collective. In myths and fairy tales, spinning is connected to women's magic and especially to the mysteries of creation and transformation. Characters like the three fates in Greek mythology, the three Norns in Scandinavian mythology, and Mother Holly in the German fairy tale tradition are archetypical creatrix, quite literally spinning the world into being. In many European fairy tales, the act of spinning is a catalyst for magic so it can attract otherworldly beings. However, not all of these beings are benign and their help is often costly, kind of like fairies. So this is why both cards pulled the same for you, Audie. In such stories, spinning is a test or a task that's set for the heroine and it must be completed with the use of magic, such as spinning straw into gold, or in record time. But if she doesn't have the skill, and few heroines do, then the task may be completed with the assistance of an otherworldly character who's attracted to her. In Northern English and Scottish fairy tales, this character might be a magical old woman called Habetrot and her spinning sisters. In German stories, we might find, homunculus-like characters such as Rumpelstiltskin. But the stakes around receiving such help are often high, and if the heroine isn't careful and wary, much can be taken from her in return. So then the question is, what do you need to spin into being in your world today? What needs to be created and who will help you achieve it? That explains why both of those fell for Audie, because they're pretty much the same thing, but everybody gets the spinning card. Everybody gets the spinning card. Okay, we're going to go over to Denise. We're going to see what we pull for Denise. And by the way, happy Halloween, everybody. I cannot believe we are at the end of October and we are starting Dia de los Muertos, one of my favorite times of the year. Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead. When the veil is the thinnest. Thread. Oh, look. We got another diamond. Thread. So this is a tool. Oh, thread. Okay. There's the card. The masking, Denise, this is yours, by the way. The masking of thread has always been women's work, and in pre-industrial times, creating it was a constant in women's lives. In spinning raw material into strong, useful thread, we construct something tangible from a few wisps of wool or other fiber. It is equivalent, symbolically, to creating life. And so in Greek mythology, the three fates worked with the thread to influence the course of human life. Clotho spun the thread of life, Lachesis determined the length of the spun thread, the lifespan, and Atropos, I don't know half these names, bore the scissors that cut the thread at the time of death. Thread and yarn play a major role in several European fairy tales. Sometimes a heroine is given a ball of yarn to throw ahead of her so that she might be shown the path she must follow. In The Six Swans, a ball of yarn with special flowers shows a king where his children are hidden. In The Grimm Spindle, Shuttle, and Needle, a prince follows a shining golden thread that leads him to the girl he's fated to marry. Thread then represents possibility, and rolled out on the ground ahead of you, it shows you the path that you must take to fulfill your potential. So what thread are you following right now? What is it made of and where is it leading you? So Denise, those are your questions. And I feel like you're just moving along, and just keep on moving along and following that thread and see where it leads you. Just keep moving it and following it. Okay, so I'm going to do It's crazy how all of these are falling in place today. So I'm going to do one more for the group. And this is spindle. And again, this is tools. This is another diamond. And again, it's talking about thread and it's talking about all of this stuff. So this is all kind of falling in line today. So in ancient myths, texts, and art, the spindle can be seen both as a tool and a weapon. It was used by oracles, sorceresses, healers, midwives, and priestesses in rituals and prayers. Sometimes the spindle was associated with a cure and sometimes with a punishment. But in all cases, it was a symbol of feminine power, a symbol of women's creativity, and of women's mysteries. In fairy tales, as in mythology, a spindle is almost always wielded by a woman, and those women and their tools were depicted as having magical powers. In the Grimm Spindle, Shuttle, and Needle, for example, a spindle left to a girl by her dead godmother suddenly acquires magical powers as she chants a rhyme over it. The spindle then brings her destined husband to her. It springs out of the girl's hands and dances out into the countryside, spinning behind it a golden thread. When it finds the prince that the girl has fallen in love with, it dances its way home again and leads the prince back to her. In this sense, the spindle spins the thread of the girl's fate. So which women's mysteries, the mysteries of creation, do you need to invite into your life right now? So what is it that you need to invite into your life right now? And Audie, even though it's talking about women, that card fits for you too. Just saying. Okay. That was a lot. I like this card deck. We will probably be using it more. Oops. Let me not lose the cards out of it though. Okay. So. Let's do a positive affirmation. Positive affirmation. That's the right one. All right. Let's see. Okay. So today I choose to move forward in my divine path daily. Today I choose to move forward in my divine path daily. So with that being said, we are done. I will see you guys next month. Hoping that I will get these done sooner. Honestly, to be perfectly honest, I've gone through some healing myself, and so I'm actually starting to function a little better, which is exciting for me, exciting for you guys. So thank you again for being a part of the membership program. I love you guys. I will see you guys again soon. Talk to you later. Bye.